Everyone loves an unexpected plot twist, but your education shouldn't be one of them. And nobody understands that better than Southern New Hampshire University. SNHU's online degree programs provide the flexibility you need, backed by support you can count on. With over 200 affordable options in psychology, criminal justice, business, and more, SNHU is built to fit your life and your budget. Visit snhu.edu/lastpodcast to learn more. That's snhu.edu/lastpodcast. Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
Rise from your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes. Here we get this thing. They pulled this thing up. We got a lot of stories tonight. We got a lot of information to go through.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of show. We got a lot of show to get through. I don't know if we're going to get to all of it. You know, that's what everybody says. I hear that on the radio all the time. People say, a lot of show today. I don't know if we're going to get through all of it, but now I kind of understand that feeling. Right? Because we got a lot of information. It's a big news week for us.
Yeah. Are we starting the show?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just puttering through various tabs because I did have a thing open up that I needed to have, and now I've lost the tab that I was looking for. So I just am
having a nervous breakdown. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. Welcome to Side Stories. Ben hanging out with Henry. You have thousands of tabs.
Is the show over?
No, the show has just begun.
Oh, man.
Yes, it feels as if it's been going on for far too long. But you know what? That's because today's a somber day.
Oh, I am still, honestly, I didn't even want to be on camera today.
I know.
I've been so puffy from crying all these last couple of days.
I feel like it's like an explosion of sadness.
It's like I walked outside of my door and I saw a package that I thought was going to be innocent, and then I opened it up, and then the day blew up in my face.
It did.
Almost like I was in charge of some form of university or tech company.
81, Ted Kaczynski, R.I.P.
Can we play taps?
Dead by suicide.
Can we play taps? I can't believe this fucking golden goose of content is dead.
Yes, indeed.
And I just cannot believe God, all the ones and zeros that we have used in this man's behalf.
Absolutely. A man who really brought the fun into mathematics. Kaczynski killed 3 people, injured 23 others. You all know from 75 to 1995.
But
one of America's most notorious serial bombers.
Yes, and now that we know that he did commit suicide in jail, he has upped his murder numbers to 4.
Absolutely. Now,
so
this
good
is the
work.
one
I think
thing.
that's what he wanted. I think he was excited about that.
The final bomb. It's just him with explosive diarrhea after eating purposely contaminated prison food. He did also have a bunch of cancer.
Oh, yes, now we know.
So I'm going to say this. Cancer is what took him. He went to commit suicide without the cancer. He just decided to take it upon himself because, let's be honest, for a man who was a hermit, he did have initiative. Horrible person. This is why Montana has a bad reputation to this day for people who live in the woods. But it does seem like the cancer, that was a key component in the death.
Well, I think it is very similar to Hunter S. Thompson in many ways. Truly, when Hunter S. Thompson...
Wasn't that just alcoholism and drug addiction?
He had an injury from a sports event. Yeah, he had a sports injury that basically, toward the end of his life, he was completely wheelchair bound. And he was a very...
Was he?
Yes, he was a very proud man. At the very end, he decided to take his own life because he wanted control over his narrative. And if there was one person in this world that was so controlling of his own narrative...
It is true.
It was Ted Kaczynski. So now that, yes, he was in late stages of cancer. He was very frail and still as frustrated than ever. And I don't know why, because as I discovered in a post yesterday, he was played by the very handsome Paul Bettany.
You know what's
in a
also...
television series that was very quickly used to sell iPads.
I was watching some news reports because now they're showing some older images of Kaczynski before he went absolutely insane and again began his reign of terror. He was... If you were going to go and be taught by him, He was kind of the sexy, crunchy professor from Animal House.
I don't know if there was anything sexy about him.
He was not that bad.
They said that
Have you seen young Ted Kaczynski? I'm going to show you a picture of young Ted.
But I don't know. I would say before or after the MK Ultra testing. Before or after the MK Ultra testing, because if not, like, depending on, because right before he was just a young man, then they made him crazy on purpose to see what it would do for the war, and it didn't do a heck of a lot except make a Unabomber, which is what we got.
Look at that strapping young gentleman.
But I want to say that this is before he was teaching. Again, Paul Bettany wasn't playing that version of him. Paul Bettany was playing shit in a bucket, smelling like rotten milk version of Ted.
Don't come around my wife, Ted. Look at this sexy
You should see this
beast.
picture. He's got a lantern jaw.
Yes.
He did have a lot of hair. He was born with it all, and then he gave it away. I can't believe it. And would you believe the only Polish guy to ever graduate from Harvard?
Is that right?
No,
probably not.
No,
Although
not
I didn't
true.
realize, is he Polish?
it was Kaczynski. I don't know.
Kaczynski. It's got to be one of them. It
All I
could
know is
be.
I almost killed myself trying to constantly retype his name over and over again to research for the show.
Kaczynski. All right.
Kaczynski, but
well, there
you
you go. Ted is dead. The end of a true nightmarish life.
And you should check out Jamie Gager's book that we did a interview with her for Patreon. She wrote a really great whole expose of Ted Kaczynski's private life. It's a really, really good book. But
Wasn't that just his life? Does Ted, when you live in the woods, separated by all humanity, I don't think it's a private life.
I don't know.
I think it's just life.
I think that he was a very solitary man, and he, up until the very end, believed that no one understood him. He was the ultimate, like, I do feel like he missed TikTok in a way, because he would have really been great on TikTok with the filter that puts like the dark eyeliner on it, and like, you know, like playing like stained songs with the lyrics highlighted over him as he's sitting there. Like, he would have been perfect for that. He definitely was one of those. He's like, I'm a genius. Nobody gets me. I just wish I could blow up the whole world.
Well, indeed, he was on the outside looking in, because you want to be able to watch, much like when you light your shit on fire. You want to be able to see when the person opens up the package. What's interesting about him, though, he relied on the United States Postal Service. He didn't, to my knowledge, I don't think we know.
No, he was not a self-made mass murderer. No, he helped. He got help.
But I don't think he even watched the bombs go boom.
Well, he did a couple
watch
times.
One?
There was a couple of stories of him coming back. You know, there's the one where he came. Let me take that back. I might be incorrect. I actually don't know if he did actually watch anybody receive the bomb.
Right,
I know that he was seen. That's why we got the pictures of him with the hoodie and the glasses. But I think he did it all from afar, because again, he was the mastermind of masterminds, getting his revenge
to this day
against calculators. Which is like, again, and guess what, Ted? It didn't work.
No.
Have fun in hell.
We all have calculators right here on our phones.
Yeah.
To this day, the single worst mugshot in FBI history.
Oh, yeah.
It's a man with huge glasses that can look like anybody on any day.
But it was his mystery. It was his mystery. But yeah, Ted, and what I will appreciate about Ted Kaczynski, though, one little thing I'll give to him, I imagine, of all of these fucks that have died in jail, you know, at least he probably didn't throw that Hail Mary pass to God at the very end and pray, like, oh, you'll forgive me, God, because he was a total atheist. So at least he gets to go to the dirt.
Well, I suppose we don't know, but yeah, I could see him not doing that. Also, sadly enough, I could see him being very happy in prison, in solitary.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all he had.
That's all he had.
Now he didn't have to shit in the woods and have to fend off bears to find berries.
Well, I know that people went and sent him letters, always asking for his information.
Sure.
And he was definitely writing, and he was giving out a lot of his opinions. I'm very, very certain that he was a very, very vocal prisoner.
Indeed. And of course, also busted by his brother. Family. Because there's certain crimes. Again, I've said this to Jackie. You only get one accidental death. I will cover up for you. Well, of course. Well,
one accidental
it could be
death
on purpose if it was righteous.
Or such a crazy accident.
If someone does something to our Jackie, she can kill them.
I believe that. I was reading about the.
Also, she has to, because if we do it, women don't have it as bad.
What?
Because Jackie can go, yeah, they say we think to me, and then on the stand, and people say, I can't believe what a hero you are, Jackie. But if we do it, we're going to the pokey forever.
Do you think it's real?
It
Do you
is
think
real.
that's real? Well, let's ask.
It's real.
sidestoriesLPOTL@gmail.com. Do you think that Jackie will get less of a sentence for the same crime as Ben Kissel?
Of course.
I mean, it depends, though, because I
The
also
data
think...
shows.
But I can also see the jury looking at Jackie being like, that seductress, and her going like,
No, that's because you have a
she puts on
perverted
that
view.
thing. She goes like,
No.
what if maybe I'll give you keys.
You have a very distorted
Maybe I'll
view.
give you keys.
You have a very distorted view of Jackie Zabrowski, a full-grown woman that is not at all like that. It's really not like that.
need a deep hug.
Anyway, so there you go. He hung himself, and now he's hanging out with Epstein and Berlusconi, and they're doing bunga bunga in hell.
Oh, yeah, we lost Silvio Berlusconi, too.
There you
Man,
go.
hell just got a lot hornier.
Well, it's certainly
incredible.
fucking dead.
All right.
All right.
Now we go. Now we get back to the real subject at hand. We've been talking about this last week. We began all the story of the unfolding of the tale of David Grusch, the whistleblower that has been saying that he has got some super secret information that the Congress can't get involved in. And so
I
he
don't
has
want
decided,
Congress to get involved with it, to be honest.
We aired our entire opinion about Congress last
Also,
week.
Fernando, do you have the pan flutes ready? I'm
this
already
week-
beginning to see the vein.
No, this week I feel like it's calming down. It's entering the narrative. We're seeing that the WAPO didn't jump. New York Times didn't jump for the whistleblower story.
Oh, okay.
And for those of you who just quick sum up, David Grusch, he believes that there is a secret UFO, quote unquote, I'm just going to use the word UFO, crash retrieval system / program deep inside of the U.S. intelligence services that has gone and has retrieved up to a dozen crashed / fully intact UFOs that we have sitting somewhere, and we are trying to get technology out of that, but we are finding it very, very difficult. And what he did was file an official complaint with his bosses in Congress to say, hey, these guys are doing all of this shit without you knowing. Don't you want to get involved on this highly secret shit that you're just allowing these private contractors to run train on? Right.
Okay.
So,
Ooh, mama. Well,
But-
you know, there are also some skeptics to this.
oh, very much so. Of course.
A fellow named Mick West.
Well, did you just saying a fella named Mick West? I just feel like, oh, Fernando, he doesn't even understand what he just said. Oh, a fellow named Mick West. No, Mick West is
Well,
in.
he's a fella, and his name is Mick West.
If you go into a room of ufologists and say the words Mick West or this guy, Mick West, this fellow named Mick West, these guys are going to jump up and try to crossbody you.
He's a skeptic.
He is
He's
a
one of the UFO skeptics.
professional.
He's the Skip Bayless of UFOs.
He's a professional diaper baby for the U.S. fucking government. He's a lick spittle, to use Roscoe Hart's terms. He's a lick spittle for the U.S. intelligence community.
Wow, well, he says that Grusch has used some illogical assumptions.
Well, Mick West has got a fucking. She's got a. How do I put this? Okay,
The
let me dial
landmines
back.
of the ufology community.
Let me just dial back.
I'd never
Okay.
heard of this guy before, but wow.
Mick West. I'll echo Ross Colehart's, the investigative journalist from 60 Minutes Australia. I will echo his sentiments. It is good for the ufological world to have these staid skeptics, these heels of the skeptic world, and within the UFO world, because it's good. Because someone needs to check what can sometimes be called rampant enthusiasm amongst us, people that are UFO enthusiasts. Mick West, he is the one who basically said in 2017, although those videos that came out that were the Tic Tac, the Go Fast video, he says that you can't, like, this is a little bit, with an edge. He basically says, oh, all of this, we're taking the words of these pilots and all of these people, just because they're quote unquote trained observers doesn't mean they know everything they see in the sky. He thinks that what they are doing is basically misidentifying things and misconstruing radar information to project it into UFOs. Now, the reason why this doesn't hold...
I see. Oh, this guy is crazy. He does conventions for the skeptical.
Oh, yeah.
So hold on
He's
a
got a
second.
whole
Wait a
racket.
second.
He's got a whole racket.
There's a whole anti-UFO community?
Buddy.
So there's a whole convention called CSI.com.
Do you understand?
Which is just debunking it. How much more nerdy is that?
It is everything. Oh yeah, they're the truly unfuckable ones. They're the
Debunking
ones that
9/11
deeply
conspiracy?
unfuckable ones. At least in the UFO world, there's dances. At these skeptic balls, they just sit around like weighing cobalt and like measuring things on a television screen, being like, that's a 3 millimeter. Oh, that's a jump that can't be construed by science. Like just saying like weird ass shit. No one's fucking.
Wow.
They're all just panty wastes, whatever.
UFOs, though, I mean, to have an anti-UFO convention, that means UFOs very powerful.
There are entire subsections of the internet that are just against us. You know what I mean?
Well, then
like
what do
there
you-
are people that as soon as there is a thing, the internet will develop, much like antimatter, the anti thing. There is always
Of
a
course, there has to
contingent
be.
to whatever it is. And then if there's a backlash, don't you worry. There will always be a backlash against the backlash. And then eventually there will be a backlash against the backlash against the backlash. And then that's how we get 5 different fucking Little Mermaids.
Well, and there's
And I
nothing wrong
like the little
with
girl. I
that,
like
sure.
the woman in the Little Mermaid. She seems very attractive and talented.
Well,
but we're
everybody
still
knows
doing.
that half-fish woman should be Asian.
Let me just get back to UFOs. Something I can actually talk about.
Just lastly
less
though,
heat.
can you imagine how sad your life is to go to an anti-UFO convention and then just leave and be like, yep, still proof they don't exist. What the fuck did you just do with your weekend?
It's just
I don't even understand. That's so much nerdy. I would rather go to a flat. I want to go where people believe in something.
I believe, yes, follow the enthusiasm. I'm with you.
Oh my god!
but
yeah, well, I'm with
skeptics-
you now. Fuck Mick West.
Listen, skeptics, you're allowed to be there. Okay, and
You're
I
just
didn't
not
mean
allowed
to call.
to have a convention.
I didn't mean to call you a bunch of unfuckables. Okay, it's just you know
This
me.
is ironic.
Y'all know me. All right, y'all know me. Y'all know where I'm coming from. All right.
Live from your grave.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Summer means freedom. And for adults, summer means work next to freedom. But thanks to Mint Mobile's summer sale, it can almost feel like the work is playtime for the adults. Right now, all of Mint's plans are $15 per month, even unlimited. Free yourself from Big Wireless and switch to Mint Mobile for high-speed data and coverage on the T-Mobile 5G network. It's so well connected, I could call from anywhere, deep from well within my bunker, where my AI-fueled robots slowly but surely toil for me, but I know for a fact I'm saving money on my phone plan. Or up above, where I'm training all of my giant Amazon female warriors who will fight in bulletproof mesh. Also, honestly, Mint Mobile's really cheap and it's really reliable, so you should use it. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 per 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabyte hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. In the United States of America, there's a break-in every 26 seconds. That means somewhere, right now, an intruder is getting closer. The problem is most security systems only alert you after a break-in has already started. That's too late. Choose SimpliSafe to secure your home. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and advanced AI alerts, SimpliSafe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them, stopping crimes before it starts. That's real peace of mind. They've got a really great security system that makes sure people don't get in your house or it makes a big noise. And to me, that's a big deal for me, is that it protects all of our yelling with a siren in our studio, which is one of the most important things that can be protected. I don't care if thieves come and kidnap us. I don't care if marauders come and steal our staff and bring them to another country against their will. As long as our words aren't affected, as long as our precious data isn't affected, And Simply Safe does that. And for that, I say, God bless you, Simply Safe. God bless you. God bless you, Simply Safe. God bless you. Experience greater peace of mind with Simply Safe, now available with an exclusive discount for our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
So let's look at this interview to sum up.
Okay.
So David Grusch went and did a long format interview with Ross Coulthart, who is an investigator from 60 Minutes Australia. He has really been into this whole story. Him and George Knapp and Jacques Vallée have been kind of like these massive proponents of this new version of soft, getting harder disclosure.
Yes.
Right, yes.
We're in the mid-fluff.
We're in mid-fluff.
Okay.
We're right at, you said, there might be a chance? You're like, what? Oh, she touched my knee. We're at that level right now of disclosure. Yeah.
Wow.
So he did a 7-hour interview, David Grusch, with Ross Coulthart that has been edited down to 1 hour. And here's a couple of little bits we got. So number one, we know that David Grusch from within the intelligence community, he researched this topic from within it for 4 years. And he has tapes of recordings of men who have said, we were a part of this crash retrieval / object retrieval program.
Okay.
And it's like, and we swear, we pinky swear. And he also says that he says he was shown pictures and he was shown some stuff. But again, one of the big criticisms comes in is that this information to David Grusch is still secondhand.
Okay, sure.
So we'll put it out there. We do know from this interview that he filed an official complaint. And so basically what David Grusch's sort of like protection for himself is, the reason why I'm telling the truth is because if I am not telling the truth, I have now lied to Congress. I'm going to go to jail.
All right.
So that's how he's
not a
covering
risk.
himself.
I don't like that risk. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay, so he's putting himself out there.
That is one of his things. That's what he's saying. So he then showcased what he got into. He said one of the main things he learned and can speak about, which is a side thing we learned. The DOD has checked off things he's allowed to say, quote unquote, to the press. So there are so far everything he said he has been allowed to say. Right. So so I'm going
to take it with a little grain of salt though, as well, because it's been vetted by the DOD. Obviously, they have their own initiative. They have their own goals in mind, specifically perhaps on the cusp of number 3.
Maybe they want us to know this information in this way, and they are telling us information they want us to know, but we don't know why or how yet. So one of the main things he said he was allowed to talk about was a crash in Italy in 1933 that was retrieved, supervised, and scooped up by a Mussolini.
Oh,
right?
no.
Now, Mussolini, this is actually this is where the hairs, all a million of them, start to stand up on my back.
Yeah, I don't want the Italians to have this. Very fascist at that time.
They got rid of it. Don't worry. They got it real fast.
Not that fast.
The spaghetti version of fascism was kind of lazy.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go ahead and say that they were kind of lazy.
That's the scarier part to me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
When fascists are fully carved up, I mean, they do get tired.
Oh, he was very tired. Fantastic outfits, though. They all had it. Very, very well designed.
Now you get it.
He said he had these handwritten notes. You saw handwritten notes written within the Mussolini, whatever their intelligence group, which they called at the time, Gabinete Honest 33.
There you go.
This is my problem. Every single time I look at anything about Italian intelligence or any of these, it all just looks like food.
Well, I mean,
every
to
single
some
thing,
degree.
I just don't understand. Most of it, you look at it, it's like, this is I'll take that. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, I'll think of fettuccine with that.
That is actually true. They would only get one shoe size for the military, size 13, and then from there they would just stuff it full of meatballs, and then you would. So if you were a size 7, that's a lot of meatballs.
Oh, tell me about it.
And no one had a larger size than a 13.
He needs a full nonna.
You ever notice how fucking tiny Italian shoes are?
I know, they're very narrow.
Very narrow.
Very, very narrow.
I guess it's good for goose stepping.
So Mussolini apparently got word that this thing had crashed in the middle of a field in southern Italy, in this place called Magenta, Italy. And they went down there, and apparently there's one story that calls it a 2 discs attached at the rim. And there's a drawing of several discs like this Riva del Garda disc is what they call it. Top view of the disc. These strange missile-looking devices, right?
It kind of looks like one of those fantastic little There's cookies. What do you call those? Little thing on them.
With the lace cookies? I just had a bunch of those.
No, not the lace cookies. Starts with an M. Starts with an M.
Macarons.
Macaroons.
See?
Thank you.
See, I didn't even have to look it up. Didn't even have to look it up.
You did it.
I just had to just imagine
Just
my head.
think about it.
It was like this. So,
Big macaron.
but it connects to this real story that has been floating around in UFO world
Okay.
for a long time. So Mussolini went to go look into it, and the guy that he put in charge of it was he created this. It was an Italian physicist, Guglielmo Marconi. Right, he was in charge of the cabinet RS-33, which was going to be this weird clandestine version of a X-Files for the fascist Italian government.
Okay. Did you see that interview recently with the man who says he was a man in black?
Oh, he did. They're all over the place.
Interesting.
As soon as they get sick, they get microphone hungry. Every single time. But the thing about Guglielmo Marconi is that he was a real guy that also he was in charge of all this like super secret shit inside of the Italian government during the fascist times.
But they're just so loud. You know how difficult it is for an Italian to keep a secret?
I can't even imagine. They talk with their hands.
They
like,
do.
They don't even. You have an idea how easy it is to interpret a bunch of guys going like guy.
I think they're bombing tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, you could see because he's literally going flapping with his arms and dropping bombs with his hands. But this guy straight up believed aliens were on Mars, and all we got to do is figure out how to talk them through their radio.
Oh,
and that's all we got to figure out. That's basically what he said.
On Mars, okay.
He was real confident. But
all right.
Yada, yada, yada. This thing has been picked up. There was this object that was a disc-shaped object. There was also an object that looked like a bell, and it was transported to fascist Germany very, very quickly. Because at first, Mussolini thought that this was enemy technology because they knew that the Germans were working on what they called the solar disk, this version of basically a UFO-like thing. It just never worked.
It's almost like Hitler was methed out of his fucking mind.
Like he was a moron and he just said a bunch of shit being like, I want the plates to fly. And they're all like, all right, whatever Adolf wants.
Exactly.
But it's just interesting because it points to stories that were already out there that were very, very like hidden within the UFO world. Yes, David Grusch probably did a lot of research on UFOs leading up to it, but nothing like this. Like this is really, really, it's different. And he also basically saying that's one of the things we got.
So that's 1933.
From 1933, it's an Italian UFO that we have. We also know that the Vatican came up, and that's how we know that that's how we got the UFO
Vatican?
in the first place. No. But the Vatican also has been researching UFOs for probably 1,000 years.
They should be researching what's going on within the rank and file of the priesthood.
I actually kind of trust them more with the UFOs.
I do.
I feel like they will do a
that.
better job.
Also, if you are a UFO and you are intelligent and you would go like bleep blop blop, who is the most powerful religion on earth? Specifically 500 years ago, you're going to go talk with the Pope.
You will talk with the Pope.
And then you just be like, that's it?
And him just going like, manja, why you know it?
By the way, Pope Francis, about to die.
Yep, get him. Got another one. He'll be down there with fucking Ted Kaczynski and Silvio Berlusconi.
He's one of the good ones.
He's not, though. Especially once they act good. Now, what David Grusch, the term he uses quite a bit is NHI, non-human intelligence. So what he's saying is these UFOs that they have discovered is that they're still not saying aliens. They're not saying extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
And he won't go as far as to say extraterrestrial. They are still saying this Earth. They believe
so it's
that
just AI.
No, they're saying that it comes from, if it's something that is real, that might have come from another physical dimension. That is the main thing that they're floating, is that they still can't say, because they're like, it's earthbound, it's made out of earthbound shit that is stacked in a way that humans never would. Like, that's basically what they're saying. And so it's stuff from here, and it's, but it's, it's the Ghostbusters. No human would ever stack books that way.
Well, it seems like Mick West would say it sounds like science fiction.
More like
not science faction.
Shit breast. That's what I'll call him, a breast made out of shit.
That's this entire Forbes article really praising Mick West.
Oh, they love him. So we now know the DOD is covering. But
okay.
This is
so 33.
Truly, that is what we're left with.
Now, of course, many years later, 90, some would say, we have what we just saw in Las Vegas, which was truly fascinating. We have actual footage of what appears to be a shooting star coming down from the heavens.
I do think
and it's fucking trippy as shit.
It is interesting. They do one thing I will say to add on to the David Grusch stuff is that maybe there's something to here, is that he says that he believes that it's one or the other, that these things have crashed here on purpose, that it is not accident, or we figured out some way to knock them out of the sky, or there's something that has happened within the pilot's interface and the machine and something natural on the planet Earth that has caused them to crash.
Well, according to Mick West, he says a lot of people might get ideas from Rick and Morty.
Well, yeah, it's because
you got that.
Such
he also says
little
Rick and Morty depict spaceships.
Prick. I want to fucking. You know what? I'll talk to him. I'll talk to Mick West. Bring him to the show. Invite him to. We'll give him the address to the studio.
No, I don't think
we're
that's
dropping
a good idea.
boats. We're dropping bombs.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Also, in 1971, the USA and the USR signed a treaty explicitly stating that nuclear powers would confirm if UFOs or similar had breached nuclear facility airspace. Now, what they're talking about that is that there's a little article that has been blown out of ufological circles for years, talking about this concept called Article 3 within this nuclear conflict resolution thing that we signed back in the day, saying one of the things is the parties undertake to notify each other immediately in the event of detection by missile warning systems of identified objects.
Isn't it interesting?
Or in the event of signs of interference with these systems or with related communication facilities.
It's the same thing that just like a divorce attorney has to tell the divorcees. Just let us know if you're around, please. Let us know. Yes, it does seem like that you need to maintain 100 feet away from your ex-wife now.
But now we will get to the story that was then blowing up my phone and my life the last 5 days.
Well, honestly, this story is insane. It's out of Vegas. I'm sure you all saw the footage already. There was a lightning or a fireball that descends from the heavens. And what's interesting about this is that it was caught on police cam.
Now, this story is
the
really,
officers,
really
by the way, did not once again go above and beyond. But you know what? They did say, if you see it again, give us a call.
So this young man and his family, this is on my birthday, which is really interesting. So this started.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This started about a month ago.
It's Donald Trump's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh, he won't be able to rape anybody. He's going to be in jail. No.
Watch out. Watch out, jail. Hey, buddy, come on in. Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Wait, so it happened a month ago. Now, this story, the reason why we were even hearing about this Vegas alien story is because George Knapp of Channel 8 News in Vegas, who is our boy, our friend now,
we had it.
My personal friend, George Knapp.
Spoken to him outside the context of a show.
My friend, if he was right next to me, he'd sort of be kind of forced in a way to acknowledge these.
He would. And I do think he enjoyed us. Thanks to everyone who listened to that interview.
Oh, yeah. But he's been a proponent for this story because he heard about this. And what he got a hold of was this cop body cam footage.
Yes.
So May 1st, a young man sees what he says a shooting star fly over his house, and he hears a loud noise in his backyard. Then he says he goes to see what the hell's going on with his family.
Yeah.
And if you want to hear the entire story, you should actually go to the kid opened up his own YouTube page, which a lot of people got immediately kind of like what is he doing here?
I mean, it's America. People are,
I just think it's an extremely interesting story, and he wanted to tell people the story.
Yeah,
if it is real, obviously, I will put it out there.
Well, that body cam footage is real. That's been proved to be real. The cops actually showed up at the location because the people called the police, and they were like, we got a couple of 9-footers out in the backyard, and the cops were like, we saw something. So it was corroborated.
Yes. So it's Alien Society 51 is his YouTube channel if you want to go listen to his story. Yeah. And so he tells his story. Him and his family go to the backyard to see what's going on, and they say that they see these creatures 8 to 10 feet tall, exactly as you would describe a gray. No mouth, no nose, big, what he described as wet eyes. Wet eyes is a term that we've heard many times describing grays.
Well, if they don't have fucking blinkers like we got, what are they called? Eyelids?
Eyelids.
I would assume they have to stay moist somehow.
I don't know. Unless they are fully a biomechanical machine. If it's like literally they're a machine. I don't know. And so they the family shot a little bit of video where you see very garbled. And I have attempted to watch each version of this so-called proof of alien existence, which is a very, very grainy iPhone video, was supposed to feature an alien hiding in a forklift.
Right.
Which is interesting. I did not see anything.
That's
and
actually
much like
unfortunate.
like in Scrooged, when he's like, they can see these women's nipples in the costumes, and the guys are looking. He's like, hey, you can barely even see these nipples.
Right.
I was really looking.
You were looking, and it's sad because, as we know, with our horrible immigration status in this country, for so many people that want to come and work, these farmers are looking for new types of people, entities to work the fields. And if we can get the aliens to know how to use forklifts,
That's job creation.
Absolutely. And of course, we can flip the script and they can become a servant class.
But then the atmosphere becomes the border.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool, though.
Kind of already is.
That's my pitch to Adult Swim.
We're already having space wars right now.
I mean, we're
God
trying to.
dang
We're
it.
setting up for it.
Stupid Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid Star Trek.
But this video came out, right? This story. But the reason why this story has any sort of water, holds any water at all, is this cop body cam footage that George Knapp secured. Now, I'm going to show a little bit of it so you can see it. We want to show it on the our various whatever social media, Patreon, fucking garbage. But you can see it's like from a 1950s fucking sci-fi movie that you see a light, a big thick old light in the sky, shoot across and land in a little field. You see the explosion. But then what you hear is, so the cop saw this. So independently.
Absolutely.
The family calls into 911 saying, hey, there's a fucking creature in our backyard. They're like, all right. But a cop happened to see this light happen at the same time, freaks out, gets the call saying, hey, this family is seeing this blah, blah, blah thing. This cop is now seeing the flash in the sky. He is then so motivated that he goes to the family home.
I mean, he's not that motivated.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to play this little clip right now, is that he goes to go to the backyard, stops himself, and then says,
well, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back into your backyard, you call the police and we'll come back here. Okay? Yeah.
If things come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
So he basically says,
well, he's got to go home to his wife.
He says, if you see these 8-footers again, you call us back and we'll
give
come
us
look
a
at
ring.
It. Well, they said afterwards is that the cop was so fucking freaked out by the family, by what he saw before,
and
he
sound,
saw the thing go.
The music in the background.
Oh yeah, the music even that was as creepy.
Yeah.
As soon as you show up and you hear that,
weird.
Yeah, you know something about to get real.
I do like that.
No, but it is interesting. A lot of people immediately debunking it because there was some fake footage. Ring footage came out that was completely fake. That showed like you heard a sound, a crash noise. It's not there. There were some people calling into question the young man who saw it, making the YouTube channel immediately and talking about it. I would say. Hey, I'm also throwing some like hesitant vibes towards this story because it is very coincidental. It's coming on right after this whistleblower story. So you can kind of see how people are, on some level, you could see maybe someone would benefit from throwing some chaff into the out there,
maybe
trying to make this kind of like, like fuck it up so you could throw this kind of outlander story in the middle of what's supposed to be a very grounded UFO story.
I think they'll learn the hard way. There's still not a lot of money in ufology, and the few amount of people that do make the few amount of bucks,
it ruins their life.
Well, there's also just not many of them have really found a way to monetize it.
No.
But I did think that was fascinating. So again, as Henry was saying, flaccid disclosure.
We're at half
yes
masked.
We're half masked, and it is
when you're going to the pool,
fascinating.
You never fluff?
No, I don't feel the need to fluff. I believe that would be very strange.
You don't fluff at all?
No, I think that'd be very weird.
Not if you're going to go out
predatory.
to the pool or.
Yeah, why would you do that?
So you can go
No.
You can see
No.
Ganda.
No.
The elephant has his trunk, doesn't it?
I did go to a nude beach once, and I'll tell you one thing. A lot of those people don't have to fluff.
Let's talk about this story then you brought up. It's a perfect segue into
we
the
want to
story.
talk about Sonic?
Oh, no, I want to talk about the nudist who couldn't sit in the restaurant.
Oh, you want to talk about, all right, great, we can do that.
Because I've ended my UFO portion for this fucking week.
All
and
right.
we'll probably have more information next week. But again, look into the Vegas UFO story. I'm thinking it's a little bit suspicious, but George Knapp's belief in the story makes me believe because we're best friends. And I'm waiting on that invite, George.
Right. So
where am I going to be? Where you live?
He doesn't know.
Let me
he
come
really
to your house
doesn't
store.
know you. So there's a nudist colony, and the nice thing about nudist colonies, again, is freedom and butts.
Well, this guy
and
says
everyone
that,
has fun.
And this one guy says he does it because he has a high-stress job, and being nude allows him to relax.
We're all supposed to be nude anyway. So there was a naked couple, and isn't that nice they were together? They went out to a little...
They're just friends, though.
Well, it doesn't...
They say it several times. They're just friends.
Okay, and that's fine. So they went out to a pub. They wanted to have a meal. But then it turns out that they were all naked.
Yeah.
And then people were like, you can't be eating here naked. But I don't understand why not.
So apparently this is finance worker Neil Cox. And healthcare worker Danielle Quiggin, who are probably, I'm going to put it out there, fairly attractive for nudists.
I mean, nudists, can be beautiful. Nudist is everybody.
I mean, nudist can be anybody, but mostly the nudist is a different type. The nudist a lot of times is like, it mostly looks like me and my wife clone of me.
Well, there is that aspect of it, but then also there are people who it's like, I understand. Why would you wear clothes?
Yeah, why would you?
You work so hard.
I think a lot of times they're like, oh, no, I gotta wear clothes because I'm making everybody horny all the time.
So these people, these nudies went over to this place, right? This
It's
pub.
called the Railway Pub on Burnham-on-Sea.
If you can't be naked at the Railway Pub, where can you be naked?
It's not the Rail Dog fucking pub.
All these fucking prudes that were hanging out at the diner, they gave it a bunch of negative reviews because they just said they let all the cocks and poons hang out here.
Well,
and I think that's ridiculous that these people judged the diner for its open-mindedness, causing the diner to now say, I'm sorry, are your cock and balls out? You got to get out.
Side stories, LPOTL@gmail.com. I'd love to know your reaction if two naked people came in to eat at a restaurant with you. Because I'm curious. I'm curious.
If they're the chef, I understand if
So you
they're
know
the
what's
chef.
weird is? I'd rather you be standing.
Why?
Because sitting equals spreading.
No, you just take a little spray. You
No.
just
I would say I would ask, as the business owner, hey, why don't we toss a napkin down?
Sure, you could do that.
Yeah, I think
I'm not
that's
saying
fine.
That's bad.
Why don't we just put a little bit of buffer between nature and my venture here?
Look
But
at all
this is
these
what so
cute
Mr.
butts.
Cox from Chesser, he said that I've made over 500 visits to shops, bars, and other business whilst naked. And as far as I'm aware, not one of those visits has ever once resulted in a single negative review. Danielle and I find it deeply saddening that in 2023, an individual has attacked a small business that is trying to demonstrate acceptance and intolerance. And the reaction in the pub when we arrived was initially one of surprise, but quickly moved to quiet acceptance.
Oh, my. Well, please, yes, shut the fuck up and just eat your food.
Two naked people sitting in a corner of a pub having a beer and a burger quickly becomes boring.
I mean, I would like to look over and see a set of
I'll look at
boobies.
it.
Why not? He said he went into 500 shops, which does make me think he's like marking them down, which is kind of weird. I don't remember how many shops I've ever been in.
That's the thing. He says previously he did a 1,000-mile naked cycle for charity, which has got to be fucking horrible on your balls.
Dude, your butthole. I was thinking asshole.
Just all of it. He said
because you know those are the little seats that go right in there.
And he says he has a high-pressure career, and that he rarely gets dressed due to the fact that he's able to work from home, and he's very comfortable being naked. And he says, I live this way all the time, and most people are used to me. I'm very comfortable, and I'm used to this. And yes, you still get attention, and you can feel on show.
Sure.
But it's usually curiosity rather than bad attention.
Well, you know what the most important thing is? It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
In the UK, public nudity is not itself illegal.
No.
Which, again, does make me think what happened with this gimp that they persecute so greatly.
But they say that he's not illegal, but they said that you have to. It's only if you are doing it in a way to provoke, apparently, which I don't know how you figure that out.
Well, according to the UK's Crown Prosecution Service, they say that it's legal in the absence of any sexual context, or intention to cause alarm,
which I do understand,
or distress.
No, when
we can take a little bit of that here, though. I rarely say that about the British. But we could have a little bit more acceptance to freeing the balls here, can't we?
I believe that, yes, nudity should be prevalent and always. I think it should be everyone should be naked at all times, except when you're at a welding office. or some form of you're at the fryer later and you're working and you're at a Burger
Well,
King
let's
or
just say
McDonald's.
maybe on a beach.
Oh,
You can be nude on a beach.
Sure. At the office. Now, my favorite, though, is because they listed a bunch of the negative TripAdvisor reviews of the restaurant. And my favorite is the one that says, speechless. But then it has 5 paragraphs. That's my favorite, is a 1-star. Speechless.
What Prue just sitting in there in their itchy
Just enjoy
corduroy,
it.
grabbing their fucking crotches, being like, oh, I wish I had the freedom to be naked, and then writes a 5-paragraph TripAdvisor review on a couple just trying to live their best life between that asshole and the group that has the anti-UFO convention. I don't know what's going on with this GD world.
I don't know myself, and you got to be careful, especially out there, and you got to protect yourself, especially from your family.
Rise from your grave.
This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. It's so important to remember with the busyness of the holidays, every holiday, Arbor Day, that day about the planet, President's Day. There's so many things to adapt to in this life, and it doesn't follow a perfect plan. God, ruins the whole weekend. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, it can be a space to pause, reevaluate, and adjust to any unexpected changes. With over 30,000 therapists worldwide, BetterHelp is one of the leading online therapy platforms, having served millions of people globally. BetterHelp makes it easier to fit therapy into your routine. You're in good hands, too. BetterHelp therapists have at least 3 years and 1,000 hours of hands-on experience, and hold all required education, training, and certifications. It's easy to do, and the help is better over there. You don't have to navigate life's changes alone. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod. The first few weeks back at school set the tone for the rest of the year. iExcel helps kids build confidence and get up to speed fast. iExcel is an award-winning learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning, whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. We know our little Carmelita is doing extremely well in chemistry, to the point where we're almost concerned. Her experiments are taking her to the edge of knowledge and bringing her to questions of not whether she can do what she wants to do, but whether she should. And Wendy's learning a lot about the Civil War. And from pre-K through 12th grade, iExcel offers personalized interactive learning that adapts to each child's level and pace. Like it balances Wendy's love of chicken with her love of the Civil War. But it's still wonderful what iExcel helps her to get leaps and bounds beyond the other children at school. iExcel is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the United States. 96 of the top 100! Studies show kids who use iExcel score higher on tests, and also higher on whether or not they're going to get any snackies after their main dinner. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get iExcel now. And Last Podcast on the Left listeners can get exclusive 20% off iExcel membership when they sign up today at iexcel.com/left. Visit iexcel.com/left to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. Is there anything better than a summer evening outdoors? Enjoy your space to the fullest with new greenery from Fast Growing Trees. I love a big, thick bush. Fast Growing Trees is America's largest, most trusted online nursery, and they can send me a big, thick bush any time of the day. It arrives at work. It arrives at my car. I can pinpoint on a Google map where it is. Send me a big, thick, brown bush. And they send it immediately when they have it, because sometimes the shaver comes to town. I remember one time I ordered a cherry wood tree from Fast Growing Trees. And my God, I couldn't cut it down, no matter what my father told me to do. I had to lie to him about it. And next thing you know, I became the first president of the United States of America. And even you can become the first president of the United States of America with fast-growing trees. Right now, get up to half off select summer planting essentials, plus get an additional 20% off your first purchase with code LEFT at checkout. That's an additional 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with code LEFT at checkout. Offer is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Well, I want to talk about this story because it has everybody really nervous and also kind of excited. Sonic. So there was a Sonic employee. Now, if you want to get your hot dogs out right, you want every single employee at that Sonic to be loaded
clicking
with cocaine.
Oh yeah, well that's what you mean. Well trained and focused on the burger at hand.
They need to be trained. It's just it's hot dogs, brah.
It's hot dogs, brah.
Well, actually, Sonic is complicated.
I think that Sonic for the varied menu that it does have, I feel like you have to know how to do quite a bit.
It does. And for a little hack out here in Los Angeles, I'm at El Angelino now. You're supposed to go to Del Taco. You know what you get at Del Taco?
What?
The burgers. And do you know what you get at In-N-Out?
What?
The tacos.
See, I think
Isn't that funny?
My main truly controversial thing I'll say today, the only controversial thing I've said today is In-N-Out is overrated.
Oh, yeah, it is. And the fries suck. And everyone knows that. So as Sonic drive-thru, a person's going through, they want to get their goddamn hot dog, right? And it turns out when they open up this hot dog bait, they take a bite out of this hot dog, you know? And it turns out it's not mustard that's on their face. It's a bunch of cocaine.
Now, this is a 54-year-old cook at Sonic Drive-In. He was arrested, but named Jeffrey David Salazar. And the man looks sufficiently sad in his mugshot. Now, they said that this lady bought a hot dog.
Yeah.
And she bought a hot dog, and it was a coney. So it was a hot dog chopped with chili and melted cheese,
and
right?
Long.
And long. And when she opened it, she in her mouth came out a full bag. She had about $100 worth of cocaine, which makes it officially a coney dog.
Yeah, exactly. What is this woman complaining about? I would not, honestly, this is true. This is me. I would not have gone to the cops. I would have gone in and been like, buddy, I think I found this.
Or I would have been like,
your cocaine. I would not have taken it just because, unless you want to test it.
We're in a very Puritan country.
But
because I would try to be like, how much this? I bet this is about $500 worth of cocaine, right? That's what I would say.
Sure.
Knowing you're lowballing, get the money because now you have the man's cocaine.
Oh, absolutely. And have fun with it. So, of course, the cops show up immediately because it's a hot dog related crime.
Oh, of course. They're like, no.
To prove that it's cocaine.
Dude, they do the pinky test.
Yeah, they do a field test, which is stealing a person's cocaine.
That's pure cocaine.
You know,
all right, let me just do a couple of bumps.
Let's call in Zabrowski the drug dog. He's a person. Yeah, we just call him drug dog.
Yeah, Bow Wow. Let me see that cocaine. But this, I love this piece of humanity here. Now, they said that they got the surveillance footage from inside the restaurant to kind of figure out where it come from. It's a bag of cocaine and a hot dog. It wasn't well hidden. We now know this is an issue. Someone's made a mistake.
There's only so many places that the cocaine could have come from.
They go and they watch and they see Salazar. And he says that he is making some form of, they see it. Him and another guy are making a transaction within the back room of the Sonic area where they see him in another
doing the coke deal.
They're buying. He's buying cocaine, and then he says Salazar that appears to go back to his job of preparing food. However, they said after the alleged transaction, they said that the only way they could describe it was that Salazar stopped what he was doing and began to quote frantically search the area as if he had lost something.
I actually think that's the cocaine within the cocaine.
Oh, that is
because you get
fucking,
so
it's
amped
the
up.
end of fucking Goodfellas. It's Ray Liotta seeing the black helicopters like he's making the fucking veal cutlets and then like we gotta flush the cocaine down the toilet.
It's very sad. Waylon Jennings has a song about it as well. So I actually feel this man's stress.
Oh, very much.
Because
it's like
he also
the moment because I've thrown out weed. I remember I've done that.
Day.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. You can just see, first of all, the guy himself, I don't know if he's actually going to use the cocaine. It looks like he might want to be a cool stepdad, get it for his kid. I don't know.
I just feel like
either way,
Mr. Salazar's story, I think, is long and complicated, and I hope he doesn't go to jail for a long time for the cocaine.
It's a felony. But he shouldn't go to jail for it, actually.
That's why I'm sad about it. It is just cocaine. It just...
We'll just be careful with it. But
yeah,
the
just
thing
don't
is,
drop it into a fucking hot dog, dude. Put it in your fucking pocket, man. What is wrong with you? How long have you been buying cocaine?
Whoa. He's busy, bro. He works at Sonic.
I know, man.
He's
we all
stressed out.
I am
the
not even.
orders don't stop coming in when you're doing your cocaine deal.
I am looking out for our audience. Do you know how many times I've bought drugs at work? And how many times our incredible audience has bought drugs at work?
Yeah.
Millions of times.
And that's what I'm saying.
And so I'm looking out for them. Keep your head, like now, once you got that cocaine, man, you need to put it in your car, dude.
Well,
you need to put it away from your
get
body.
a little too hot in there.
Does coke have to be temperature controlled?
I have no idea. But you know what I would say? Like when we did all of our mushrooms, and we still do our mushrooms, but we're getting older now, we would be like, boys weekend, we're going to Vegas. Who's got the mushrooms? You plan it.
Oh, it's all planned.
What if he was going camping this weekend with his boys?
Oh, man.
And he's just like, hey, brother, can you just get us a little bit of coke? We can back in the old days.
I tell you what, this Little League Championship ain't going to umpire itself.
No, it's not.
I'm going to need some strike calling powder. No, I have no idea what this guy was doing. But again, we've all bought drugs at work. He's ruining the party for the rest of us, man.
When
he fucks up like that, he makes all the rules harder on everybody else. You gotta fucking watch your six, dude.
I don't know. I honestly,
keep
if I
your
was
head
the
in a
woman,
fucking swivel, man.
If I was the woman, I just wouldn't have called the police.
I mean, I honestly,
I don't know.
I do
Maybe-
feel like it's a little like we're moving. I feel like as a country, we can move past this part of calling the police. I think that if it's just drugs, just fucking sell them.
Well, now you're being a criminal, or do them.
Sell them to somebody,
which I
or
guess is
do
also
them.
criminal, but whatever. Or just go back.
But test the coke
Just
before you do it. That's another thing I want to make sure our audience understands.
Yes,
Test the
there
fucking
you
coke
go.
for fentanyl before it fucking kills you.
There you go. Real nice there. All
It is
right.
nice.
I agree with you entirely. Okay. Well, I think it's time for Hero of the Week.
I think we've yelled enough.
Yeah, I believe so. Now, what is a hero?
My times when I imagine, I remember Mr. Rogers says in times that are bad, look for the helpers.
Mm-hmm. Look for the helpers.
Which is what I always say about us.
So there's a Nova Scotian. That's a person.
Yep.
They rescued 18 dogs from a wildfire that spread rapidly near
Dude,
Halifax.
You see, that is an actual hero.
There you go. Lisa Parsons, she got 18 dogs in this doggy daycare. A whole bunch of fire comes rolling through. She works at Pampered Paws Inn. And she said, you're not going to take my dogs. So she went in and she saved 18 of those
That's like Pee Wee
dogs.
Herman.
It is. So she is a hero. And then runner-up, a feral hog, stole 18 beers, got drunk, and started a fight with a cow. But we've covered that. I feel like that might even be a fake story because we've heard it so much.
So many
times. But we do know that hogs do like beer, and it's always funny.
And again, yeah, Lisa Parsons saving people is the first real hero but I say people. That's the first hero I've heard about in a while.
Yeah, Lisa Parsons, you did it. And you're Nova Scotian as well, so I bet you she's pretty hot. They're a beautiful, beautiful bunch.
She's cute. Look at her. She's cute.
Oh, okay.
Is she single? Lisa Parsons, you single?
I don't.
Ben Kilsel right here. Side stories
No.
POTL@gmail.com. If actually somebody to get in touch with Lisa Parsons, fucking come on.
She's not my type.
She saved all those dogs. You don't think she couldn't save one more?
No, I don't know.
Big dogs eat.
Nova Scotians. Okay.
You were just talking about you were just praising the Nova Scotians.
I really know nothing about the Nova Scotian people. What's the Nova Scotian people? I don't know. They're from Nova Scotia, near Halifax. Also, another fucking fire. That's not a hero at all.
The fires are not the hero at all.
No, Jesus Christ.
I got a couple of good responses to my questions about the UFO. Don't know. Most people are saying don't know. We got reached out from the National Reconnaissance Office. We have a listener there who works over the National Reconnaissance Office, the same office that David Grusch used to work for.
Okay.
And he said basically our job was to build, deploy, and operate satellites and the payloads, the sensors on board. And he said the National Geospatial Agency is another one that sounds super sinister, but actually he says it's mostly very boring. He basically says just straight up, it's like it's mostly just a bunch of dorks like me sitting behind computers and looking at pictures of clouds. But don't you want us to think that?
Yeah, I mean, but also that's...
Wouldn't you want us to think that, you fucking spy?
I mean, it's kind of like baseball. You know, there's only so much action. Most of it's very boring. You shoot it back, you spit it, you grab your nuts.
Yeah, most of the time
when
you're
the
just
action happens,
you're just trying to fuck local wives.
Sure, but when the action happens, it happens fast, it happens quick, and you better be on the ball.
And that's what makes it an extremely boring sport.
Yeah. Well, I do love baseball, though. I'm getting in. I still don't enjoy it so much on TV, but live, we'll go to a game.
I mean, live is different. Anything live is
sit
good.
you right on my
I'll
lap.
go watch soccer live.
Oh, I love live sport.
Yeah, I do that. All right, here we go. I have another little, I'll do this longer story of the poltergeist and Scotian.
Okay.
Many people are super against the idea of private corporations getting involved in the UFO story, which I could totally understand.
Sure.
But actually, that's what David Grusch was kind of saying. He thinks it's going to end up happening is that it's going to go to corporations and then they're going to come back and essentially, here's the stuff you gave us to figure out. You can buy it back from us now.
Yes, that's what they do.
Yes.
Look what they've done with the water.
I grew up in a house that had a poltergeist in it that seemed to be focused on me in particular. I'm 35 now, but everything started when I was in the 6th grade. So about the year 2000 or so. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I was 97.
Holy hell.
So we moved to the house in 1998 after coming back to California from living in Indonesia for some time. The house was way out of the country outside a town called Vacaville, unfortunately pronounced Vacaville, which means cowtown.
Okay.
All right, but it was built on the side of an old fruit farm from the 1800s where a lot of Japanese immigrants worked and lived. Great. Now, we used to find old broken Japanese stoneware and small artifacts with Japanese characters written on them. We would also find tons of Native American artifacts like fishing weights and arrowheads or obsidian shards. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, what about a nudie magazine?
Indeed.
My entire family had experiences in that house as well as quite a few of my friends. It made such an impact on some people that they started believing in ghosts after their experience. Anyways, a little while after moving in, I started complaining to my parents that I felt like someone was watching me while I was sleeping on top of my loft bed, and I would ask to sleep on the floor in their room. According to my mom, I started regularly telling my parents that something is wrong with the house and, quote unquote, something is bad here.
Okay.
A few months later, after I started saying that, every few nights, my parents started hearing strange noise in the hallway outside their room. They've described this sound as a bowling ball rolling down a bowling lane, starting in the hallway and stopping right when it reached the door. I've heard this about this noise many times when it comes to poltergeist activity.
Your house was built on a former bowling alley. Isn't that worse than a graveyard?
Was it, you aren't who I am.
Yeah, that
You
guy.
know who I am.
You know the story? He's actually a recovering alcoholic. It was a big deal for him. He was actually kind of a success story. I mean, he's a massive success story.
I mean, it's the best sport for recovering alcoholics.
It's the greatest. And for alcoholics.
Oh, very much so, yes. Now, it was really strange, though, because the hallway was entirely carpeted. Now, some months after these noises started, my cousin came over and stayed with us for a few weeks during summer break. One night while we were watching TV with my mom and sister, we heard cabinets slamming in the dining room. Thinking it was one of the cats messing with the cabinet doors, my cousin and I walked into the dining room to get it to stop. When we walked in, we saw two of the cabinet doors slamming open and closed entirely on their own. Needless to say, we freaked the fuck out and ran to the living room.
Right.
And there's just many more stories. I'll just do a couple more, they said. When I was in high school, I was at an old school CRT TV in my room. The kind where you had to pull a knob just to turn it on and didn't have a remote. I remember that.
Oh, I remember
Back
that.
in the day.
Let's go both ways up to school.
I remember it was snowing, and I remember when I had to call the principal and tell them I was gay.
Yes, indeed. And you used to jerk off to the surgery channel as close as you can get to seeing a nipple.
Now, I woke up in the middle of the night one night, and as I was laying there trying to get back to sleep, I heard the knob pull out on the TV, turning on. I looked up, and there was just static on the screen with the volume turned up really loud.
Okay.
A couple seconds went by, and then the knob clicked back into place. Turn the TV off.
Cool.
The last story is the scariest thing that happened, at least in my opinion. This happened probably around 2007. My mom was in the kitchen cooking one afternoon, getting ready for some family to come over for dinner later. I was in my room doing something on my computer, and all of a sudden, I heard her scream, and then a dish breaking on the floor. I run out to the kitchen to see what happened, and I see her standing there with her hands over her mouth crying. I asked her what was wrong, but it took her a little while to actually answer me. When she was able to, she told me that she had seen a tall, skinny, shadow-like person standing in the hallway next to the kitchen.
Oh my God, it's Jake Tapper.
It's Jake Tapper.
Tapper?
It was just a little tall. Oh, you're talking about bar rescue.
Bar rescue.
I feel that you need to be making drinks bigger.
Yeah.
Right. It was a little taller than the door frame. She said she made eye contact with it and it smiled at her, but the face she saw was a copy of my face.
That's scary.
Almost like a disguise. After she dropped the plate, it disappeared.
Oh,
And
my.
it's a long story, but the house burnt down in 2020 during the California fires. The fire that burned down the house was actually set by a guy that was trying to burn the body of a woman he just killed.
Well, there you go. Isn't that nice?
That's fucking scary, dude.
Practice safe body decomposition.
Always. Make sure you got the right shovel.
Yes, indeed.
All right, because you're going to live every day haunted by the fact that you got this body already all the way out to the ravine. And next thing you know, I got the wrong shovel for the terrain.
Oh, my God.
What am I even doing?
Should have read more of the Indifferent Stars Above.
And you just got to laugh because, you know, you never know what's going to go wrong. In this
A lot
whole
of
life,
things.
you never know when you're going to go outside and a bunch of a plane is literally going to dump liquid ice shit on you.
You couldn't have that
Remember
happen.
that?
Yes.
You remember that?
Of-
And then
absolutely.
You're going to love telling everybody that story in jail.
Yes, indeed.
You know.
What you in for?
Bad shovels.
Bad shovels. It ain't right. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much
We
for
did
listening.
it. You got your live shows coming up.
Yes, I've got live
You
shows.
hustle, man. You got to hustle damn tickets.
I know I have to hustle
Because remember,
these
what I
tickets.
need you to do is when you go see Kissel's show, I want you to wear a sign on your shirt that says something like, I'm Spanish. And he's going to lay into you. I mean, people will write a shirt being like, my wife's a bitch.
July 9th.
And he's
I'll
gonna
be in
tear it to shreds.
San Diego, July 9th. July 16th, San Francisco. July 23rd, Vegas. That's my birthday weekend. And July 30th,
Buy him a drink.
Ontario, California.
Bud Light Limes.
We just got to get
That's all he drinks.
Just get a couple hundred people out to those shows.
You
there.
show up, you buy him a Bud Light Lime, he's going to tell you why he can't fuck you that night.
Oh, well, I mean, really depends on who you
Come
are,
on,
doesn't it?
come on,
Okay,
give it a
everyone.
shot.
Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Negotiations.
Hail me.
Bye.
Hail me, yo. Come on, yo.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Nature can hide dark secrets. It's my job to unearth them. My name is Anna Pigeon.
This Friday,
I'm a law enforcement ranger. I need you to put your hands on the ground.
don't miss USA's newest drama series.
If you even touch one hair on the park's head, I'll stop you.
Based on the best-selling books. For Anna, solving crime is second nature.
I'm not letting him get away with this.
Why do you care so much, Anna?
Someone has to.
Anna Pigeon premieres this Friday at 10 on USA Network.